Welcome to Future Business School's Book Bites. Today, we're diving into Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. This book takes us on an extraordinary journey through the history of humanity, from the earliest Homo sapiens to the technological revolution shaping our world today.
That's right. Sapiens explores how humans evolved and the impact of our cognitive and social developments. It reveals deep insights about who we are, where we came from, and where we might be headed. Let's break it down with some key lessons.
The first major turning point in human history, according to Harari, is the cognitive revolution, which occurred around 70,000 years ago. This is when Homo sapiens developed the ability to think abstractly, communicate complex ideas, and form larger social groups.
Imagine how life changed when early humans could share stories, myths, and strategies. This new form of communication allowed humans to cooperate on a larger scale, which led to hunting in groups, sharing knowledge, and even forming early civilizations. The power of shared ideas is still crucial today, whether in the workplace or organizing global movements.
Another key transformation is the agricultural revolution, which began around 12,000 years ago. Humans shifted from being hunter-gatherers to settled agricultural societies, which radically changed how we lived, worked, and related to each other.
While agriculture allowed societies to grow, it also led to the rise of hierarchies and social classes. Many people found themselves working harder and facing new inequalities. Think about how modern farming practices shape our economy today. From large corporations controlling food production to small farmers struggling to compete. This revolution shaped the world we live in.
Harari emphasizes the importance of shared myths in uniting large groups of people. These myths could be religions, nations, or economic systems, beliefs that allow us to cooperate in ways that no other species can.
For example, take money. Money only works because we all collectively believe in its value, even though it's just paper or digital numbers. Without that shared belief, global trade, banks, and economies wouldn't function. The power of belief is at the heart of human cooperation and trust. Throughout history, empires have played a significant role in shaping human societies. From the Roman Empire to the British Empire, these vast territories often brought technological, cultural, and economic changes.
Though empires were often brutal in their conquests, they also connected distant parts of the world. A real-life example is how British colonial rule spread the English language and legal systems across continents. While controversial, these legacies still shape global relations and systems today.
One of the most profound shifts in human thought came during the scientific revolution in the 16th century. For the first time, humans began to systematically study the natural world using experimentation and observation, leading to rapid advances in knowledge.
The ripple effects of this revolution are still felt today. Everything from the smartphone in your pocket to medical breakthroughs is the result of scientific inquiry. Harari reminds us that once humans realized they didn't know everything, they became open to learning and improving, a lesson we can all apply in our own lives.
Harari explains the rise of capitalism as a powerful force driving much of human history, particularly in recent centuries. Capitalism thrives on constant growth and innovation, but it also leads to consumerism and environmental challenges.
In our daily lives, we can see the effects of capitalism in the way we shop, the way we work, and even how we define success. Think about Black Friday sales. People rushing to buy more and more products, often without thinking about the long-term impact. Harari encourages us to question how much of our happiness comes from genuine needs versus societal pressures.
Colonialism had a massive impact on the world, redistributing wealth and resources from colonized nations to European powers. Harari examines how this exploitation contributed to the growth of Western economies, often at the expense of other regions.
For example, the wealth generated from colonizing India contributed to Britain's Industrial Revolution. But it left a legacy of inequality and division. Today, former colonies still deal with the social and economic repercussions, and we must consider how history shapes current global dynamics.
The Industrial Revolution transformed societies from agrarian economies to industrial powerhouses. This era saw the rise of factories, mass production, and urbanization, which drastically altered how humans lived and worked.
The effects of this revolution are evident in how we structure our economies today. The mass migration to cities, the invention of new technologies, and the rise of corporate jobs all stem from this period. It was the beginning of the fast-paced, industrialized world we live in.
Harari also explores how the modern information age has drastically changed human society. With the advent of computers and the internet, knowledge is more accessible than ever. But it also raises new questions about privacy, truth, and the role of technology in our lives.
For example, think about how social media influences your daily routine. We have endless information at our fingertips, but this constant connectivity can also lead to information overload. The information age has given us unprecedented power, but how we wield that power matters.
In the final sections of the book, Harari speculates about the future of humanity. With the rise of biotechnology and artificial intelligence, human beings may one day engineer themselves or even create entirely new forms of life.
It's both exciting and frightening to think about. Imagine a world where diseases are eradicated, but also one where machines become more intelligent than humans. Harari urges us to consider the ethical implications of these advancements as we move forward.
One of the central questions Harari poses is, are we happier than our ancestors? Despite technological and economic progress, happiness remains elusive. Harari suggests that the pursuit of happiness might not be solely linked to material success, but to deeper emotional and psychological fulfillment.
In modern life, we often chase after more money, more status, more achievements. But research shows that human happiness is more closely tied to relationships, purpose, and mental well-being. This perspective encourages us to reflect on what really matters in our lives.
Harari discusses how globalization has interconnected the world like never before. From international trade to cultural exchange, the modern world is highly dependent on global cooperation.
Consider the pandemic. It showed how connected we are with supply chains spanning the globe. Yet, it also highlighted the vulnerabilities of such interconnectedness. As we move forward, we must balance the benefits of globalization with its potential risks.
Harari concludes that Homo sapiens' ability to cooperate in large groups, share complex ideas, and adapt to changing environments makes us a unique species. Unlike other animals, we shape the world in extraordinary ways, for better or for worse.
This ability has led to both incredible achievements and devastating consequences, like climate change. As the dominant species on Earth, we have the power to create a better future, but it requires responsibility and mindfulness.
In conclusion, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind offers a sweeping view of human history, examining where we've been and where we might be headed. Harari's insights challenge us to think deeply about our past and how it influences our future.
Whether it's the cognitive revolution or the challenges of the information age, Sapiens helps us understand humanity's incredible journey. It's a must-read for anyone who wants to better understand themselves and the world.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Future Business School's Book Bites. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Continue learning, keep pushing boundaries, and stay tuned for more content designed to help you succeed.